Okay, CSS battle time. Apparently I'm back to a 1 day streak. Even though I've been doing them for who knows how long. Um, yeah. It's weird. Looks thoroughly unpleasant. I will put in the description how I do, as always. I want to set a timer because I don't want to spend 40 minutes on this again. This is fun, and I'll happily get ensconced in the puzzle, get caught up in it. But that's part of the problem. I should be doing other things too. All right. I want to. What I want to do is just do 3 separate elements. Probably just 3 paragraph tags. Just because the positioning gets so much simpler when you do that. And I'm thinking that the background will actually be a gradient. So that I can make this, I don't have to have 2 nested elements, you know what I'm saying? Where it's not like I have a border radius and then I have a square element firmly on top. Because we can't really do these, we could do the circle with the box shadow, but we couldn't do these lines with a box shadow. So I guess we could do so we could do 4 elements and then box shadow these. But I think if I get a gradient set up on this one, then I can just position, if it's like a square like this, this sort of shape, oops, this tall and that wide, then I can just position them here. And I think we have the clearance here, you know, to make that work for this just to be a white square and then, have those gradients there. I think that might be the simplest way. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's do this. So I think it'll mean declaring background twice. Yeah, it's got to be done. And then we don't need to select the body. I'm just gonna go straight into a paragraph tag. And the reason for that is that way I don't really have to fight positioning these things as much. I could probably just do a place, I think it's items center. You don't need flex or grid for that to happen, and that might actually even make positioning these, I just need to do the margin and then the rotates, might make it easier and shorter. I'm really hoping here. All right, let's throw an outline on these and see what we have right now. Yeah, they have no height, so there we go. Maybe. How interesting. It's putting all the text in because we're selecting the HTML with a display flex. Kind of cool. Not what I intended. I was hoping to get 3 paragraph tags all in line next to each other, but that's not. All right. I wonder if maybe I use an inline element. You know, instead of a P, an I. Nope. And then I would need display block on it if I was doing that. So let's take it back. I don't think that's the way to go. I'm just trying to avoid position fixed, and also without doing a bunch of flex direction flex. Like I don't want to do all the flex box or grid stuff um, to make them sit next to each other. Let's see if I just put it on the body. I think that's why I put it on. I put it on the HTML and the body, so I actually only want display flex on the body, and then that makes that happen. So they shrink because they're no longer full width. So if I do that, yes, they will line up next to each other. But is it easier to line them up? Position fix is starting to sound a lot more attractive. All right. Because I'm getting more and more characters just to get them to do what I want. And I'd have to put height and width instead of just padding. Let's say 100 by 50. It's too big, but we have a decent margin. Okay. 80, 70, something like that. And then 60, 65? No. All right. There we go. There that is, and then left and right. And it's weird numbers because we're working inside the body, which already has some default margin of like 8. So this would be 75 and 20, I think, if we weren't already working with the default body margin that's on there. Now we can do our background. So let's take that off. Let's throw our background on here. There's a lot of ways to go about positioning these and arranging these. Flex might be the way to go. I'll come back to it. I'll come back to it if I have time. Yeah, we're down to 7 minutes, so I got to get this linear gradient and radial gradient to work. We're gonna go 90 degrees because we got to go left to right. Yeah, and then we are going to be pink for 50 pixels thereabouts, and then we're gonna go transparent. 0. Okay. And what I want to do is walk this over 25. Oh, look at that. See, that's not too verbose, I feel like, to get the results we need. Now we need a radial gradient. We're going to do 1Q, and it's going to be pink. 50 pixels about. And then we're going to do transparent again because we have the purple in the background. Yeah, see, I mean, that's to get both those shapes lined up like that. I kind of like this approach. Because I could make a box less than a linear gradient, but then positioning the circle on top, like I said, we could do an extra element to be the circle with the border radius, and then box shadow it. But you think about it, border radius and box shadow is going to be more than this plus an extra element. And is it going to counteract the savings here of just doing a simple background, of that pink? Um, yeah, I don't think it does. Cool. We've got one. Now let's position another one. Let's margin 50. There we go. 80. So not 80, 60. Let's run it over 90, 150. Okay. 140. I think if I get the circle lined up, I can just rotate things. Let's test it. Ooh, getting that circle lined up. It's a circle, so it should be the same dimension either way. 40? Like it shouldn't matter. Oh, I think I'm still dealing with the weird 7. Yeah, there we go. 142 seems good. And then if we rotate, 15? Good. Okay. Now I'm going to turn off that rotate for the simple reason I don't want this next paragraph being affected by it just yet. I think it's another 15 degrees, but we're going to see. Let's just margin it into place. I think it's going to be 67. Yep. 200. All right. 300. Too far. 250. 60, 70. Ooh. 2. All right. There that is. Let's turn off the rotate. And we need another 15. So is this another one of those... I was told how this works, and I didn't play around with it when I was told about it, so I don't remember how to do it. But it was transform origin. Again, I didn't look it up. I mean, I only have so much time in the day. All right. We're low on time, so if you can get this rotate to just span down, where it does 15, 15, because they're multiples of 15. Let's hit submit. Let's see if this works. And then I think things to explore is flex or something that will automatically align things centrally, on the vertical, and then span them across. I don't think those work with a position fixed, but you know what I'm saying. And then, yeah, align things vertically, span them across with just a single margin or gap. Gap would be a nice property to use. 3 letters. I mean, can you imagine? And then getting the rotate to span down. So if you throw those in there, I think this solution might have some merit doing this second background. And then I don't think there's a way to get rid of the 2 backgrounds. Not really. I can't think of something that would be less characters than just a background, Cool. Well, it came together. It works. It's not a top solution, but I think it's a proof of concept. And yeah. 238. Well, I'm curious to see what you guys, pull off. See what David and Jason do. And all of y'all. I like seeing your solutions, how you approach it. Did you do 3 elements styled like this, or were they all individual elements? I mean, that's just because of the rotate. It made me want to style something once and then position it from there. All right. Thank you. Bye.